Welcome back to the channel, Currency Insider. In today's video, we will explore the latest updates surrounding Iraq's financial sector, particularly focusing on key developments in the country's banking system, recent regulations imposed by the Central Bank of Iraq (CBI), and Iraq's ongoing interactions with the U.S. Treasury and Federal Reserve. Iraq has been experiencing significant challenges in its banking industry, and behind the scenes, there are notable transformations that are shaping the nation's economic trajectory. One of the most critical updates comes from the CBI, which recently engaged in discussions with officials from both the Iraqi Treasury and the Federal Reserve to address strategies aimed at regulating the banking framework, particularly in relation to international financial transactions involving U.S. dollars. A central theme of these discussions revolved around the necessity for Iraqi financial institutions to build and sustain trust with global correspondent banks, as Iraq's economy is heavily dependent on its ability to maintain cooperative relationships with these international financial entities. Strengthening these connections is essential for Iraq's continued economic progress, ensuring that its banks remain integrated into the global financial system. However, certain Iraqi banks have recently encountered restrictions regarding their international transactions, raising concerns among investors and financial analysts. While some reports have speculated that these banks are being entirely severed from the global financial network, the CBI has reiterated that only official updates from the central authority should be regarded as credible sources of information, as many rumors circulating online tend to be unverified. For example, while some sources claim that specific banks have been completely banned from engaging with international financial institutions, such claims should not be accepted as fact until formally confirmed by the CBI. Shifting our focus to another critical topic, recent discussions have also centered around the Kurdistan region, particularly regarding budget allocations and oil exports, which remain fundamental drivers of Iraq's economy. The implementation of new policies regulating oil export rates from the Kurdish region could play a major role in reshaping Iraq's financial landscape, with the hope that these measures will promote greater economic stability and enhance revenue generation through oil sales. Amid these financial reforms, there is a growing sense of optimism that Iraq's economy is on the path to a more stable and prosperous future. Meanwhile, a significant development involving Iran could have direct consequences for Iraq's banking sector, as the Central Bank of Iran recently announced that 5 Iranian banks have been barred from conducting transactions in U.S. dollars due to financial misconduct, including allegations of money laundering. Since the U.S. dollar serves as a dominant currency in international trade, this restriction significantly limits the ability of these Iranian banks to operate on a global scale. This decision is particularly relevant to Iraq because, in recent years, certain Iraqi banks have encountered similar obstacles in accessing the U.S. financial system. For instance, in 2023, the U.S. government imposed sanctions on multiple Iraqi banks, accusing them of facilitating the transfer of U.S. dollars to Iran and other sanctioned entities. These measures are part of a broader effort to prevent sanctioned nations from accessing the international financial network and to combat illicit financial activities. Consequently, the Central Bank of Iraq has imposed its own set of restrictions on certain domestic banks, prohibiting them from conducting transactions in U.S. dollars. Some of the Iraqi banks affected by these limitations include Arman Iraq for Islamic Investment and Finance, Islamic Bank, Al-Amari Al-Arabi Islamic Bank, United Bank for Investment, and Al-Sanam Islamic Bank. These institutions are no longer permitted to participate in the CBI's daily dollar auction, which is a primary mechanism for obtaining U.S. dollars needed for international transactions. While these banks are still able to conduct business using other currencies, such as the euro, the British pound, and regional currencies like the Turkish lira, their inability to access U.S. dollars presents significant challenges for engaging in global trade and securing foreign investments. Without the ability to acquire U.S. dollars through official channels, these banks must seek alternative means to obtain hard currency, which could further complicate their international financial dealings. Looking ahead, it is evident that the Central Bank of Iraq is adopting a more cautious stance in managing its international financial relationships, particularly when it comes to transactions involving the U.S. dollar. The U.S. Treasury continues to closely monitor the situation, And in a recent development, another Iraqi bank, Al Huda Bank, was cut off from the U.S. financial system due to concerns over alleged links to terrorism financing. These ongoing regulatory measures highlight Iraq's delicate position as it seeks to balance economic growth while ensuring compliance with international financial standards. On one hand, the banking sector is a crucial component of Iraq's economic development, but on the other, the country must align itself with global financial regulations to maintain its credibility and standing in the international community. As Iraq navigates these financial challenges, the steps being taken by the CBI are crucial in ensuring that the country's banking institutions do not become avenues for illicit transactions. Moving forward, it will be important to closely monitor how these regulatory shifts influence Iraq's economy and the overall stability of its banking system. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these latest developments, so be sure to share your opinions in the comments below.